and people that already joined the live. Hi, I don't know which side of the world you're in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening if you're in the Europe as well. I'm just gonna wait out for like probably 10 to 15 seconds because I see people still keep coming right now. Okay, good. So today we're going to talk about what is the reason for live shopping hidden's power, what can brands use this secret sauce to sell more and remain authentic in the process. So we're going to talk about all this with Mako today. So let's bring out Mako. Hi, Mako.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, for those who don't already know, Marco is a marketing, creativity, and innovation consultant. He's in the live streaming field for more than 5 years now. So, he's going to share all the knowledge and tips he accumulated from all his experience to you today. And then before this webinar, Marco actually shared with me what he wants to share with you guys today. And he talks about 3 things that you need to build in order to get like a really, really cool live shopping show. And I just can't wait out of you and me myself to jot all the notes as well. So Marco, let's talk about the first thing they should build first. I believe that is the content that they should build, right? The first thing.
Absolutely. The content, it's very important because it's that which will help you to sell, because otherwise I don't think it's, because there are different levels of knowledge from people. There are different levels of awareness they have about you, about your product. So it's important to build properly the content. It's crucial.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's also one thing quite interesting about live shopping is because it's a live, right? So what about the content is also a lot about co-creating with your audience because you have to basically listen and then to see what they want to know, and then you direct to that direction of content so it will be interesting for them as well. The most valuable thing about live streaming is you get like a real-time feedback, right?
Absolutely. One of the good things about live streaming is this real-time interaction, real-time feedback, which allows you to know better your audience. People usually say, "Oh my God, I'm scared because of live video. It's so frightening." I don't think it should be, because, for instance, one of the things I I like to talk about people, and I think this will make you change your mindset about recording videos, going live, which is okay. So if you say that you don't know enough about your that you can share it with your audience, you don't know enough to people wants to watch you. Maybe you don't know enough to have a business. Maybe you don't have enough to sell something, and people get a little bit bitter with me. What are you saying? But then I will explain. Well, if you know something that deserves to, if you know something, if you have value, if your business is delivering something to your customers, to your community, to your audience, that means that you're valuable to share it with a bigger audience. Just think about this. I'm a friend of yours. I'm someone who calls you and say, look, I have this problem about, it's related to your business, of course. I have this problem. How can you help me? It's the same. It's just this. So it's important to think, if you have your audience with you, connecting and sharing their problems, their anxieties, their questions, their objections, it's a good time for you to gather all that information and to build every time an even better experience for them. Okay, because otherwise it will be, because we know sometimes we we write something on a social media, and people, okay, they watch, okay, yes, but they don't write down because it takes time. And they are not hot, if you know what I mean. When you're interacting real time with people, you get in the conversation. When you are just reading a post or watching a video and there's no real interaction, okay, I will see this later, or maybe will interact later. And
Exactly.
yes, absolutely. And the other thing, it happens a lots of times here in Portugal. You have an audience, and I can tell this by experience doing Congress, for instance. I was speaking, and someone arrives with a question. and I answer, and I look at all the faces, and I see at least more 10 people had the same question to make me, but because they were afraid, they are shy, they didn't put the questions. But uh, if just one arrives with that question, that more people may have the same question at the same time, instead of not selling something, you may sell to, for instance, 9 people or 10 people, because you answer a question that uh, other more people may have.
Yeah, I think that's a very important message that Marco also shared with us last week is maybe you see only one, two questions in the chat while you're doing live shopping show, but it's so important to answer them because you might have like many of them behind that was just too shy, not used to the technology just yet, or just in general, they're a viewer, not a chatter. So they don't want to ask the question, but they bear the same hesitation in mind. If you pick that one person, you probably solve 10 hesitation and then you get 9 more orders just by answering that one question. I think that's really a key when it comes to live shopping is you have to understand what they're thinking, not just what you want to deliver them, but what they're trying to get out of the show. And I think that's like the super, super cool tips that Marco have given us last week as well. So when it comes to content, I know that Marco, you often use a lot of different techniques to craft the content idea. Is there some technique maybe around copywriting, about concept, about the I don't know, storytelling that you can share with us today?
Well, I want to share two things, two techniques, which are used mostly on copywriting. And for those of you who are watching us, copywriting also works with video, okay? And storytelling is not just to write books and to write sales copy. No, it works also with video, okay? Because it's the same. It's even better because you're in live video, because you're interacting with people. And another thing about comments, sometimes when you ask in a nice way, in a proper way, to someone, it's a nice way to get to other people who are watching. They are, oh, I won't ask, but they say, oh, he answers or she answers in a so nice way, I'm going to put my question too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really important. Actually, that's what we talked about last time, right? How you can't prepare so many things, but how you can also prepare so many things. One of this is this, right? You kind of can guess what kind of question that you might get from the content that you prepare to share with the audience. So you can sort of come up with a few scenarios of an answer that you can deliver and the approach, the tone and manner to encourage them to ask you more questions because we always say sales is the result, right? We have to make the whole experience really engaging. Well, I think I'm talking about the next things that you want to share, which is build the joy. So I'll keep that for later. But it's really important that you really make them engage in the show so they don't feel like they're just watching you, but they're chatting with you, they're interacting with you.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing I want to talk about, it's the AIDA system. Which does it mean? The A, it's about, let me about attention. Okay, so the first thing you should have in mind when you're starting a live video is to grab people's attention. Otherwise, they won't pay attention to you, they leave everything. So one of the important things is to tell in a very teasing way uh, what will I talk about today. And even if you can build a teasing path some days before, this will be good. So people will attend the show. They will be willing to be there, okay? The other thing is to build interest, okay? So this is important. I'm here. Oh, this is something important for me, okay? And how you can build interest, knowing your audience, knowing in which situation they could be, okay? So that product, that message you're delivering may resonate with their lives, okay? And then we have another one. The D is desire. Oh, this is really for me, and it's everything so aligned with me. It's something that I need, something that I want, something that I want to have this. And then the A stands to action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's something that sometimes we don't build this properly, which is okay. I like to this could be for some people they may be misunderstanding. Please don't, because it's I'm South European people. We are very old-fashioned people. Okay, so usually it's the man that needs to give the step to get the numbers phone of the lady and everything. And one thing that I like to bring to the conversation, let's think about a meeting. We are, well, when we could go to parties some years ago, someone arrived, a boy arrived to a lady. They were all the night chatting and having this nice conversation and everything. And at the end, she was, oh my God, this guy is so nice, so kind. She may be beautiful and everything. But at the end of the night, he didn't ask to his phone number. He didn't ask for a second date. He didn't ask for anything. So the lady, what the hell? So it's very important to have clear which action you want people to do. Okay.
Yeah. So here, if you guys haven't had the chance to jot the notes, I just share in the chat the four idea, if I pronounce it correctly, that Marco just mentioned, from attention, interest, desire to action.
Absolutely. And then we have the for you system, which is also very important.
Oh,
Okay.
Marco, before you go
Yes,
into the for you, I can add a little bit here, because what I see from our community is I want to emphasize how important the action is and also the interest. I think these two is the most important part among the attention, interest, desire, and action, just because very often the brand they just first started in live shopping, they're being very vague on the objective of the show. They're very shy about that because they don't want to be too hard selling. They don't want to be like, oh, I want you to come here to sell. But like, let's be honest, you want them to come here to sell, just find a way to deliver it in a really clear and approachable way. I think it's really important for the audience to know that they're coming here to watch the show, but they can also make a purchase because the product is just available down there. It's less intimidating than many of the brand that is exploring and live shopping think, that people might not like it, but in fact people actually want to get the deal. They just don't know about the technology just yet because it's really new to the market in North America and even Europe as well. So I think that's when we talk about actions and interest, it's like you have to show clearly to build the interest towards them. There's like some cool deal, exclusive offer, so you gain the interest. And you have to do call to action, even though on the website you do that. So in the live shopping show, you also have to do the call to action. I'm not asking you to like send a button out in the screen, but ask them, tell them that you can buy right there. I think it's indeed a really, really important step when it comes to first getting started in a live shopping as well.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, I think I'm missing some you here, but
Yeah, I'm also sharing the for you. The for you that you shared with me before is the I'm gonna share in the chat so everybody will be able to see that.
okay, there you go. So the first one is this. It should be something ultra specific. Okay. If you are talking about everything, at the end you will be talking about nothing. Okay. So for instance, today I'm going to talk about skin protection. Okay. And about this specific problem, or to a specific audience. Okay. Today it's about ladies with 30 to 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With this, in this situation. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to talk to a broader audience, you will lose. Okay. Another thing, and this is very important, it should be unique. Okay. So think about the experience people will see, will feel while you're making your live shopping shows. Okay. Feel about what you're showing them, selling them, make them feel unique, make these exclusive offers, for instance. Okay. Which, oh my God, I feel so proud because, for instance, one of the things you can make is today we're going to make this show just for people just for our best customers. Okay, and this is unique. It's just for you and people. I know. But I talk by myself, and I think Ellen, you feel the same. When you are made feel unique, it's special, right? And the other thing, it should be util, okay? Because otherwise, you don't want to buy nothing that is not important for you. And it doesn't mean that it should be on practical way, because we know sometimes we buy some things that are for our ego, for our emotional needs, but they need to be useful. Okay, it's very important. Maybe the word useful works best better here. Okay, let me put useful because it means the same, but there you go.
Yeah, I hope all you guys are jotting down the note because, like, even I'm jotting down the notes. Like, it's a really interesting concept how you apply, how Marco you suggest us to apply the copywriting thinking into the crafting of content as well.
Because when things look useful to us, and this is important, because one of the problems when we have a business, usually we think in a too broad audience. Okay, and I like to and a broader audience and about our example. Okay, and these are two mistakes. And why this is a mistake? Because uh, me is not an example of how the market is. Okay, for instance, I don't have a Ferrari, and that doesn't mean that no one has a Ferrari, because I know lots of people who have a Ferrari. So I should not think that I like to say there are two persons that will never be your customer, which is everybody and nobody. Because usually we say, oh, everybody's doing this. It's false. Or nobody's doing this. Also false. Okay. Think about those people, specific, as I said, unique. Okay. Think about it. And the last one, which is truly, truly important, make it urgent. Because if you don't say, okay, this offer is just for this show, it's just for today, it's just this week, people won't take action.
Yeah, I think this is really easy to imagine, right? Just imagine how we procrastinate, right? It's important to put a deadline for yourself because that makes you feel like, okay, I have to get something done before that. That is the same when it comes to shopping. That's why the sales always work the best while during the sales season. It's not just because it's a good deal, but also it's the fear of missing out, right? If they're not
Absolutely.
doing now doing this live shopping show, there's no chance.
Absolutely. And that's very important. And have these things in mind. Okay, why this is unique? Why this is useful? Why this is ultra specific? And why this is urgent? Uh, or at least, okay, I need to make it urgent. How long should people can people buy this offer? And this is 1 month. I don't think it's urgent. 1 week, maybe. 1 day or 2 days. I think it is.
Yeah, even though in life it's like in that specific hour, it's like, okay, that's how you can get people so excited and just like, I'm just not gonna miss this deal and I'm just gonna buy it. And that's the beauty of live shopping. Because it's not people always say, oh, is live shopping impulse purchase tool? I am 50-50 on that because it's really depending on how the person or the people are going to use the tool because live shopping is also the most authentic tool, most interactive tool you can ever use in marketing. Because while people want to make a purchase, those impulse purchase are well-informed purchase because they ask all the questions they want in the chat, you answer them. That purchase is because they fully understand what they're doing, they fully understand your product, and they're happy making that purchase. So in fact, I even see some data in Asia that the return rate that people get a product in live shopping show actually some of it in some of the industry is way lower than the normal e-commerce standard when they make a purchase during the live shopping show. And I believe it the fact that people can ask question and get the answer right away contribute to that a lot as well. So
Absolutely.
Marco share with us how to build the content. I'm just going to summarize it. If you want to jot down the note for here, it's like the content. Oh, sorry for my cat. The content is really important that you have to let them know the purpose of the live today, and you have to make the goal crystal clear so they understand why they're here, what they're getting themselves into, and what they can do. And also, Marco share like the two technique actually. The are the ADA, the attention, interest, desire, and action, and also the for you ultra specific, useful, and then urgent. And also, there's one thing to add on top to that, I think, is to make your content really something tailored for live shopping or live streaming. And I would say one thing that is really informative for your customer, if your product can take advantage of doing a visual demonstration, do it. Because you can't edit it. That's how your customer going to trust you. And then that's how you can sort of build the credibility out of your live shopping show, because they trust you because you're just bringing your product right in front of them with no seasoning at all. So I think that will be the tips that we have for you today on build the content. And then let's move on to the next thing that you have to build, which is to build the joy, right, Mako?
Absolutely. It's very important also to make this entertaining, okay? And to make this something, again, I think this interaction part is very important. I was thinking, for instance, if you can bring customers to the show, today it's harder, but for instance, making a kind of an interview like this one, okay, when they can show again, and this is important, your customers like to feel special, okay, they want to be acknowledged, okay, they want to, for instance, I'm on a group on Facebook about a retail brand. It's from Spain, but they came to here, and people have this feeling of belonging about the brand because they have a nice customer service, they have amazing products, their own brand, okay, and the way they are not expensive, which is also important. But this situation is very, very important because people have this feeling of belonging. They want, I like to bring this traveling analogy,
Mm-hmm.
which is you came from travel, from holidays, and you overwhelm people talking about the experience you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, and that beaches and the food and the drink and the hotel. Oh my God, the hotel, they were so nice with me, the bed was extra king size and everything. And that's this what you should bring, okay? And for instance, making okay, this time we'll have this special live show, okay? The product will be released in the next month, but we're gonna make this show before to give a kind of premiere about it, and you can buy it before other people. Oh my God, this feels so good. For instance, the other day I have someone, book author. I
Mm-hmm.
comment I comment on LinkedIn about a book he wrote 2 years ago or something, and who which helped him to maybe hopefully to sell other books. And the other day he sent me a message. Look, Marco, the book will be released just in February, but you can buy it right now because look, it's a kind of pre-launch. And I say, oh my God.
You must feel so special.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Yeah,
people usually some love this kind of, I don't
that's
these tender moments,
that's the
this
joy we're
this
talking about.
absolutely. And if you can make this on a live show, it's, and for instance, let this is an improvement about the X product. Can you share insights about this? This could be good. And also also a good thing that you should do is from times to times gather people who bought some product or something from you, and make kind of a conversation about how do they feel about that,
Yeah, I
okay?
think it's really important because when it comes to build the joy, there are like few key points. Everyone likes to be listened. So they're here for you for that specific show that you promote, that they have to be in there in a specific time. So to listen to them, to make them feel special by, for example, let's take a look at the chat here, like, hi, Caroline, or thanks, Madison, for attending our webinar. give them a shout out. Read out their comments. If they're asking you a question, read their name before you answer the question. Make them feel like they're being heard, that they are the one that get picked it. Like you got a like a sneak peek for to buy the pre-launch book. Just make you feel like I'm not like the rest of the people.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Exactly. It's something that you want to make them feel. And then when they have the joy, you get your result. That's what we always talking about. Sales is always the result. You have to engage with them, makes them feel happy. They're like really into the content, co-writing the experience with you. They ask you question, they get their question answered. And then what you get after, of course, is the purchase, right? Because they're a happy customer after your live
yeah,
shopping.
it's a kind of a reward. I know, I know. Why did this author send me that message? Because I commented on this post he made about the book.
Mm-hmm.
My thought, oh, I feel so good. I will keep commenting their posts, his posts, because he will be engaged with me. And it's the same. I will keep buying from them because they acknowledge me, they know my name, they say my name, and this is important for me.
Exactly. I think a lot of marketers already notice in this time of the year, not just this year, it's like the trend currently, it's all about personalization. It's all about that human touch. It's really important that you bring the personality out and then also you have like really intimate connection with your community and not just a mass post on Instagram that addressing everybody. They want you to address them, a smaller circle, a micro circle of your community. And also, and with the things that Marco, you've been saying, like continue doing that, which bring us to the next things that they have to build, right? When it comes to the live function, which is the habit, is it?
Absolutely. It's very important. The habit, because consistency, it's key in everything. In marketing, it's not different, okay? So if you know, for instance, that every Tuesday at 9 p.m. there's the show about your brand, people will know, okay, I know that at that time I won't be watching Netflix. I can't go to shopping offline because there will be that show which I don't want to miss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, build we human. Usually we are a habit people. Okay, so if we know that, and if we do this every given day, the same day, people we don't need to be sending so much reminders because usually people knows, okay, and people will know that at that time, at that day, they should tune in. It's easier because, as I said, for instance, here in Portugal, usually the Sunday morning is time to go to the church. That's it. Usually people know, okay, at Sunday morning I go to the church.
Yeah, I
And
think it's really important for that because, like, that's why we always encourage our client to put the live shopping show on their website because if they're very used to that, that you always have a show happening maybe every Wednesday. And not that Wednesday evening was, I don't know what to do. Oh, I remember there's a live shopping show that's always happening on this website. So I'm just gonna go there and see if there are some good deals, right? So you have to have that habit in their memory so they can think of you every now and you can save all the effort like Marco said, newsletter, reminder, pay media. If you still want to do it for the new customer acquisition, but you already have like a loyal base that have that memory in that they're revisiting you all the time.
it's kind of a poker night, and this is also important to build the community feeling, okay? Because, oh, hello, because for instance, before the show starts, you can make a kind of meet and greet, and you say hello Ellen, hello Marco, oh, nice to see you here again. And this is good because people are waiting to meet, also to meet people. It's not just about, okay, yeah, let me get the bills or the credit card to go buy. No, it's also about gathering, about people saying hello to each other. It's also important to build this. If you build the brand around people and not around selling, this will be more profitable for sure.
I think I want to actually introduce you guys a really, really interesting concept that I really love from our community manager at LifeScale. So, our community manager as LifeScale Madison, she mentioned what we need to do and what we need today. It's a lot of mini Black Friday because we all know there is like the biggest sales of the year is on the Black Friday. So whatever big appliance that we want to buy, we wait until Black Friday. It's a habit. And how that habits have been built because there was incentive in the beginning of the stage, which we say build the joy. You use the part of build the joy, of course the content comes with it. The build the joy part to make people feel rewarded and they keep coming back. With that at that stage, you don't need the incentive anymore because it became a habit. Just like Black Friday. Is the deal still like super good as it used to be in its beginning when it first started? Maybe, maybe not. But the fact is they know that's the time for shopping. And they will just save and wait until this time of the year. And what we want to do with live shopping is you spread it out and you do mini Black Friday show every now and then in the frequency that you think fits your brands the most. And then you build that habit that they know, oh, maybe monthly. I know every month I go to this website, I'll be able to get the best deal with whatever I need from this brand. And that is something that's really important that you evening out the sales and shopping habit in a regular basis. And of course the revenue comes with it as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. This, and you can build this mini Black Friday around, for instance, different categories of products. So because the if you do it, for instance, every week, this will may ruin the scarcity feeling because oh, it's every week. It's it's not. But if you build it, okay. For instance, this week will be you're selling fruit. This month will be around apples. Next month will be about around pears. Next month will be around oranges. So it's important to do this so people see, okay, there's a need to be there. And for instance, if you can make a kind of mysterious, okay, next week we every week we will have a product category which mystery, which will be in discount.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Which will be next week. That I have to watch it. It's bringing the FOMO feeling, fear of missing out. Maybe
Mm.
this could be a nice way also to make people to go to your show. This mystery Black Friday product. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing we talk about, right? They need to feel rewarded, the joy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Cool. So we've shared three things that all of you want to build when it comes to crafting your live shopping show. Do you have like before we end the show, Marco? Do you have like one last tip that you can give it to them before they go to go craft their live shopping show?
Absolutely. There's something that it's for me very important, and I start talking about this around 6, 7 years or even more because one of the things I noticed when the social media, internet phenomenon arrived is that lots of companies went to there without cleaning the house before. For instance, and this is truly important when you it's even more important when you're doing live shopping, which is, for instance, you have a very bad delivering service
Mm-hmm.
and you're saying, okay, I'm selling this, okay, it's very good, it will arrive in 2 days at your place, and there's someone in the public which waited 2 weeks and another person which waited 1 month. They can ruin your live show, and they are right. But before uh, going live selling, please be aware that you know every detail, every corner of your company. Monitorize every touch points you have with your audience to see if they are saying all the same. Okay, for instance, if you are here, you're funny, you're nice, you're gentle, but someone is answering in Facebook to your customers in a not so funny way, this is not good to you. Okay, so have in mind all these touch points, have in mind how they work. For instance, if you can't deliver in 1 week, maybe it's okay for some customers, maybe, but it's honest. Okay, I can't put this at your house before 1 week. I can't. But they know which promise you're making. And this is important. Be coherent, be aware of how your company works. So you don't, usually we say you're when you do these not so good things, you're shooting your own feet.
I think that is really important, not just on live shopping as well, because like
Absolutely, absolutely.
absolutely. But what makes you vulnerable is during live shopping, you need to have a really quick reaction time. And that brings us back to the fear that we had last week and the solution that we provide to you is make sure you do rehearsal and make sure you really use to the panel of the technology that you're using. Is the technology come with a chat moderation function? Maybe the comment that the people are making are legit, they're valid, they're not happy about the delivery time. It could be just that customer really want the product to arrive in a day, and that's not what you can promise to the customer. And you might get it already on a daily basis, so you know how to handle that. But what about you get troll comments that you really don't want your, it's not pleasant for your whole community. And that's when the rehearsal comes in place. Because like if you have done dry run, if you have already tried all the chat moderation function to ban the user, to remove the comment, etc., or to utilize the filter words, then you will feel prepared. There are many things you can't prepare, but what you can prepare is what you can do after to tackle the
Absolutely.
circumstances
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
situation. Exactly. Because like if you forget about how to deal with that fear, I will also be sharing the link in the YouTube chat just after, that you'll be able to see the last webinar that we had with Marco, that he was telling us about how to embrace and how to get yourself familiar with the live streaming, so you won't be the fear of fear. How about is not technical ready? I have to memorize that. The fear of what if something goes wrong. And the last one, the fear of having an underperforming event. These are all things that is really valid, your concern. I'm not gonna lie and tell you, even though Marco won't lie and tell you, no, don't worry, everything's gonna go perfect. No, we all know it wouldn't. Even though for our webinar, sometimes we have some problem, but we have to encounter that. That's how we can know, right? So thanks a lot today for Marco to sharing these really. I really love the tip how you make them into like build the content, build the joy, and then build a habit. Because I think it comes with the correct order as well. Because you build the content and you'll be able to build the joy, you make the audience feel special and rewarded, and then you build a habit. In the end of the day, you want sales, and sales will become the result of all your hard work. And I
Absolutely.
think one thing that you, if you want, one last thing you want to take the tips, I would say to do your homework, because watching a webinar, it's already one of the homework that you can do. Just get yourself
Absolutely.
familiar and prepare for it, because you can't be too prepared and nothing is really under control. So just be relaxed and play with your audience and then enjoy and have fun with them. I think that's really the beauty of it. That's people gonna have a lot of fun with you as well while you're having fun doing your live shopping show.
Absolutely. Yeah, for me, it's a key point, and that's what made me fell in love with live streaming. Is it was the joy I had first time, and I'm still having after 5 years.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of things that it can change in the live streaming world, because like we talking about the whole webinar, it's a co-writing experience. It will never be the same, because what you plan, it will never go as you plan, because you have different reaction from the community, and that's the fun part of it. So if you guys have other questions regarding to any topics around live streaming, live shopping, you want to hear Marco to talk about some other topics, don't hesitate to go on the page, send us an email, go on our LinkedIn page, social media page, tell us about that, and then we'll be able to arrange that webinar to answer all your questions as well. And thanks again, Marco, today for joining us and sharing all these overwhelmingly useful tips with us.
My pleasure. I see some some known faces on the chat. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Steven. It's
Oh,
good to have you
hi.
here.
Hi, Ricardo. Hi,
It's good to have
Stephen.
you. Hope you like it. And that's it. Sometimes we think that people ask who are watching ask too much about us. They don't. They just want. And for instance, by these days, can I share this? I want to share a small story
Absolutely. Absolutely.
about
We here for it.
a shoe. It was someone told me that this story. It was someone who fixes shoes.
Mhm.
Okay, and most of the times people went there not because he was the cheapest, not because he was the best shoe repair person in the world. It was because of the conversation they had with him. And this by these days, it's that what we are missing most. But so instead of going to a e-commerce site, buying something, if you can sell using the power of social oh my god, live shopping, this will make the difference because people still want to hear from you. People still want to see or and watch and interact with you. That way you have to sell things. So think about this. It's the message I have to share with you because sometimes people don't buy from you because you have the best prices, you have the best product, but it's about the way they feel when they are interacting with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we just can't emphasize enough to make good use of the fact that there's real time and is really interactive, how interactive these tool is. So I actually, maybe Marco, we could talk about how to utilize the interactive part for our next topics. If any of you are interested in what are the technique that Marco has accumulated from his 5 years experience of the interaction with the audience, like crowd control, don't hesitate to just request that. I'm sure that we will answer that. Oh, I just see Chris just joined us. Hi,
Yeah,
Chris.
Chris from
Yeah,
Belgium. Hello, Chris. Ça va?
if you're missing if you miss some of our content, I'm just going to post this right now in the chat. So you'll be able to go to this link and we watch this webinar and then the last one that we did with Mako and all the upcoming one that's going to come up about live streaming and live shopping as well. So I guess that's it for us today. And then thanks a lot again for everyone in Mako for joining us and sharing all the tips with us.
You
And
for
then we
having
will
me.
see
It
you
was a
next
pleasure.
time. Yeah, of course. It's always nice to chat with you.
Perfect. So have a nice week.